This building is very important to the entire country because, quite frankly, the spark of the Civil War was lit in this building.
The old courthouse is iconic for not only its architecture and the art and craftsmanship that went into constructing it, but also for the very significant court cases that were held here in the 19th century.
The City Arch River project was the largest private investment in a national park project in the history of the service, and St. Louis did that. This building is 150 years old. So these renovations are really important to ensure that we are making this building as accessible as possible and that we are uplifting the stories that exist here.
I'm very proud of the National Park Service for the widened historical aspect that they're bringing to the perspective of this building.
This restoration of the old courthouse focused on three main things. So modernization, both as a public space and museum, but also for our administrative headquarters. We improved accessibility to the greatest extent possible while also protecting the historical character of the building. And then we installed new museum exhibits with the support of our philanthropic partner, the Gateway Arch Park Foundation.
This is the second major renovation in the building's history, but the first to really bring it into the modern era. Before the renovation, the building inside was really dark and dated. It needed a lot of modern upgrades.
One of the most exciting parts of the exhibits at the old courthouse is that they are now fully accessible for visitors of all ages and abilities.
Tarleton was on site for about 2 years, and over the course of that 2 years, we installed a 4-pipe chiller system for all new heating and cooling. Fire suppression throughout the building will create a great amount of protection for not only the public within the building, but also the building itself.
We installed a 2-floor elevator and a series of ramps throughout the building to make it more accessible.
We restored and replaced about 150 windows, and we also brought in a new 480-volt service to power all the new systems.
I think a lot of the renovations has been able to give people a sense of the entirety of the building. That makes the experience more enjoyable, more enlightening, and more memorable.
The Gateway Arch Park Foundation is critical, but it's essential that the local community invest. I think this is a good example of what can come to pass when there's collaboration.
When philanthropy and the community come together with government entities, special things happen.
We could not have done nearly as much had it not been for the support of Gateway Arch Park Foundation.
Downtown St. Louis is going through a revitalization, and the old courthouse reopening is part of that.
Philanthropic support is very, very important to the work that we do in this partnership, and we could not have done much of this project, and we could not have done almost any of what turned out being City Arch River had it not been for the support of donors to the Gateway Arch Park Foundation. So I just want to say how important philanthropy and how much that generosity means for the National Park Service in helping us carry out our mission.
We are so looking forward to welcoming back visitors to the old courthouse. It's been a long 5 years, it feels like, but people should come and see these new exhibits because they are just phenomenal.
Prior to the renovations, there may have been this misconception that the old courthouse was not a building that was open to the public. I sincerely hope that St. Louisans and our visitors will come to this building once it reopens. And we're gonna make sure that people know that they can come in this building, they can experience it, because they need to. The future of the old courthouse is really bright, just like the future of this entire park and the future of this city is really bright. Projects like this happen because of generosity. Everything that Gateway Arch Park Foundation does is because people donate money. If people are inspired by this mission, they're inspired by projects like this, they're inspired by projects like the City Arch River Initiative, I hope that they'll go to our website, archpark.org, and learn how they can support projects like this.